committed for me. Okay, well, I want to get tattoo so bad. I'm not going to wear a T-shirt. That was like big commitment, you know. I'm not going to wear a T-shirt when I go back to Korea, right? And then I'm like, after the half sleeve, I'm like, I really want to get more tattoos.
What, like here to here?
Yeah, here to here. Yeah. And then I'm like, fuck, what should I do? What should I do? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to become a tattoo artist. If I become a tattoo artist.
I'll be the tattoo.
Yeah. Then who cares, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I got full sleeve.
Okay, so you wait.
That was a quick jump.
Were you a tattoo artist yet? Yeah, that makes sense to me. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us on today's episode of Unemployable Podcast. Today we have Chiwon Ans with us. Chiwon Ans. Thank you guys for joining us on today's episode of Unemployable Podcast. Today we have Chiwon with us. Thank you for joining us, man.
Did he say it right?
Yeah, that's
okay.
correct. Yeah,
Hell
that's perfect.
yeah. Good job, buddy.
I'm so sorry about
Yeah.
that, bro. This younger
I
generation.
just between all like the Russian people we've had on, I've just been butchering names for the past couple of months.
That's really common, actually.
Yeah,
like, people call me Chiwon or different names, but it's pretty common.
You should have done it how you sound it out, like in a dictionary where it has like a hyphen between.
No,
it works.
yeah.
Dude, actually, Lahal has a lot of trouble saying all of our names.
Dunny?
He's from France.
Oh,
Yeah, we just had a
he's
guest
the
artist from
easiest.
France here.
Says all the American names are really tough.
Yeah.
Right.
Alexander. That's just way too long.
It's hard to pronounce things like clear without like grabbing from the back of your throat,
Who just burped
Okay.
It was me. It was you talking. You burped in my fucking ear. It was so gargly.
So originally, you're from South Korea?
South Korea, yeah.
Born and raised or just born?
Yeah, born and raised in Korea. I came to Canada when I was 21, 22. Yeah. So in Korea, they calculate age differently.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you're born, you're 1.
Okay. They give you a head start.
That's right. Yeah. But they started, and then
No matter how long the pregnancy was, you're 1?
just 1. Yeah. So when you're born, you're 1.
Okay.
One, and then January 1st, everybody gains another 1. So January 1st, everybody is like.
Wait. Hold on.
So if you're born on like December 29th, on January 1st, you're 2 magically.
You're 2, yeah.
Damn.
What? 2 days, right?
Damn,
Yeah,
bro.
so
What kind of Benjamin Buttons is going
I heard they recently changed, just like like Western ways,
Right.
because it's so confusing.
Wait,
for
when's your
other
birthday?
people. So mine is July 30th.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you didn't get too much of a head start.
Right, but 6 months ahead, right?
Right,
Or
right.
5 months ahead.
Yeah.
So 5 months after, I was 2. So so I went into military when I was 20. That was almost just right after high school.
But you're
So
actually 18.
Which would be
Well, in
19.
US.
Yeah, 19. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I served 2 years. I was a Marine for 2 years, and then finished when I was 22.
Yeah.
I came here 23, which would be 21, 22 actual age.
Huh. Wait, so let me backtrack for a second. Do you know why they do the age like that?
I don't know. It's been that way forever. So
Do they have with like military access? Do you have to be a certain age?
18.
18?
Yeah.
Do you think it's like
So 20. Sorry.
20.
Yeah, 20.
Oh,
In
okay.
Korean age.
Yeah.
So 18 here.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it was weird. I was thinking, well, we are 20, but then in the news or something, they say full 19 years age. So I'm like, what is that full 19 years age?
Right. Why are you keeping track of 2 numbers?
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. But then I don't know, they just do it something, differently.
Yeah.
But
But I guess it makes sense to everyone, and everyone's been doing it that way.
Right. Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, this is what it is.
Everyone liked it because when they go to outside of Korea,
Yeah.
then they get younger.
Oh, yeah. Dude, they're just trying to have the oldest people in the world, bro. That's it.
Yeah, that's funny.
So Cam, how old are you now here?
In America, 22.
How old would he be over there?
Probably 23, depending on your
yeah.
birthday.
February.
February, yeah, then it'll be 23.
Heck yeah.
See, my birthday's late December.
Yeah.
So I'd have like a 2-year head start, right?
Because
Because I'd be 1 when I was born.
that's right, yeah.
And then like immediately I'd be 2.
You'll
In
be
like a
2,
week.
Like 5 days later.
Yeah.
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 Damn, bro.
Well, good
You're
thing
31.
was, when
Yeah, I'd
we
be 33.
When we become 20, that's a legal age to drink,
Okay.
right? So my friend could go to the bar together. Here, if they
Right.
check the ID, then someone's underage, someone's overage, right? Because the legal age is 18 here.
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh, to
Drink?
drink
No,
21.
To drink 21, yeah.
Yeah.
So someone will be 20, someone will be 21, depending on your birthday.
Right.
In Korea, it's not like that. Everyone become 20 on January 1st, right? So we were getting our ID ready
Oh, shit.
on the midnight. So we pay the ID all together, and then we go to the bar all together.
Wait. So on January 1st, you gain a year, but is that your new birthday?
It's not a birthday. It's not about the birthday. That's the
Okay.
common question, but it's
Okay.
not about the birthday.
But your age changes every
That's
January
right.
1st.
That's right.
Whoa. So that whole year,
Whole year.
everyone's the same age.
My math
Dude,
is
that's
terrible.
crazy, bro.
I'm 300 years old.
That could get confusing with dating.
Yeah.
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 In the first 5 minutes of this podcast, I've learned more than any other podcast we've ever done.
Did you know all this, Kyla? You're also South Korean.
So
Are you
what?
actually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just fake.
Okay.
So all right. So how was growing up? Like what were some differences there that maybe you've heard or seen, in US or Canada?
I think Korean culture is a little bit more strict,
Right.
conservative, right? So we're wearing school uniform whole time. Elementary school it was okay, but as soon as you get to junior high, you gotta wear the school uniform.
Is that every school, like public, private? I don't know.
Probably like some like art related school. Those ones they don't. There's some schools they don't do it, but I would say 80-90% of the school
Yeah.
they would wear that uniform.
Gonna move it up a little bit.
And like the schools that don't do it, are they looked at a certain way?
For the uniform?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's every school is a little bit different.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, jackets, long pants, no shorts, nothing like that. Ties,
Right.
shirts.
No
yeah.
face tattoos.
No face tattoos. No long hair.
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
it has to be like that. Cam's hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. That length.
Yeah.
Always or shorter. But if you're shave off like me, then that would be a problem. So it has
Okay.
to be like 3
Not too
centimeter.
short, not too long.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Does that apply when you're older?
Like high school?
Yeah. 'Cause some people bald early.
This is the best I can do. That's not 3 centimeters in the back, boy. Yeah, your hairline has to be at least 3 inches from your eyebrow.
So Fritz wouldn't make it there, right? Look at him. Guy's a war criminal with that hair.
And then is it pretty normal to be involved in the military, or that was just something that you chose?
Well, most of the guys, if they don't have any physical problem or mental problem, they
Right.
have to go. It's a mandatory.
Yeah.
But which military that you go is your choice. For
Okay.
my case, I chose Marine because I don't know, that's considered as a hardest military in Korea.
So it was like a challenge.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
a challenge. Yeah.
You're like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And how was that?
it was okay. In the middle of it, it was a hard training for sure, you know. but no regret or anything like that. Just went into and then just learn a lot of different things. You know, I think military is that you can learn how to face people or society in a short period of time, you know, like shortcut in 2 years, you learn a lot of stuff, you know. Yeah, that's what I like about. But then it's, of course, hard training, no freedom, nothing like that. So, you know, that was hard. When I went into military, there was lots of, like, torturing from the seniors or, you know, like, you know, beating up and all that kind of stuff. That was involved in there too. So, you know, I broke my eardrum that time.
Oh, wow.
And so, like, different injuries and stuff, you know.
Right. So it was like character building.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was, but, yeah, that was okay.
Yeah. Do you think that a lot of the, like, lessons, principles, and stuff you learned in the military helped shape your mindset and tattoo career?
I think everything helped. Yeah, even for me, tattooing in Korea is illegal. Did you know that? Yeah. So that's all, like, almost only country that's illegal, right? And my parents were working for government back then. Now they're
Snitches.
retired. So I'm like, fuck, you know, I wanted to be a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
Actually, after the military, I went to Canada just for kind of vacation for a year. You know?
Were you done with the military at the time?
Yeah, so I was done and then worked part-time, saved some money, and then just flew to Canada.
Why did you choose Canada?
Canada, okay, so Canada was one of the hardest country to get the visa, the specific visa that I was looking at.
Okay.
Yeah. So at that time, my mindset was like, oh, if I do it, hardest way.
Must be the best. Okay.
And
I'm
then-
seeing a pattern.
Sorry, that or North Korea.
North Korea was our main enemy, you know, in military. So
But it's hard to
can't
sneak
go-
in there and get a
Yeah,
visa,
true
though.
that.
You were one of those kids like growing your hair out, weren't you? You're like, I want a challenge.
Yeah, in the school, yeah, definitely. I did
Yeah.
that, yeah.
So then you're done with military, which I'm sure that was, you know, a little bit of a shock having such like a regimented schedule.
Yeah.
Now you're on vacation in the hardest country to get the visa.
Yeah.
Right? How do you feel when you got to Canada?
It was crazy because I picked the coldest city as well.
Nice.
I landed there in mid-December, just right before
Antarctica, Canada.
Christmas, right? And that was like minus 40
Damn,
or something
yeah.
like that, you know.
What's the weather, South Korea?
South Korea, we have like exact 4 seasons.
Cool.
So
Okay.
3 months of like everything.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it gets cold,
It gets cold.
but not that cold.
Not that cold.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I landed in Winnipeg in minus 40 or something like that.
Damn,
As soon
bro.
as I breathe, I'm like, my nose hair froze. You know? It's like, this is the new stuff that I experienced.
Right.
Yeah. And then I just lift my luggage. And luggage handle was frozen, so it just broke. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Challenge accepted.
Yeah,
Dude,
so,
I would be so pissed if I
yeah,
landed
instant-
somewhere and my handle broke on my luggage,
I gotta carry this shit now.
bro. You're just kicking the rolling thing, bro. Sorry.
Use it as a sled, baby.
Yeah,
All right, so you're like, what? I'm gonna like it here.
yeah, like, okay, well, this is what I choose. I don't know.
No
what
one
I
else to
do.
blame but
Instant-
myself.
Instant regret.
Right.
Actually. Yeah, yeah. But you
No
know,
peeing outside, I guess.
That's the first thing I would have done.
Worked exactly how I thought it would, and
well,
I need
I've
a
done
bathroom.
that too. You know,
How did it
you
work?
had to.
Yeah.
How did it
I
work?
think it's
It
a
was
guy's thing, maybe.
Yeah. You're like, I wonder. Hold on, babe.
It's hard to pop a squat, but I'm sure women try too. Just like a bottom split. It looks like an explosion.
All right, so then, like, where were you staying? Did you have work, or it was still vacation
No,
at this
I
point?
had a homestay booked for 3 months that time. I saved some money in Korea, so I booked for 3 months of homestay. But after a month, I just ran out of money, so I had to move to a cheaper place.
Yeah.
and I didn't know any of the like where I have to go, where is the safe place, or you know, that kind of stuff. Wherever cheaper, I went there, and then people are like, "Why do you go there?" I'm like, "This is cheaper rent there," you know. And everyone was like, "Oh, that's a super dangerous area. No one wants to go there." I'm like,
you know where I'm from?
Yeah, I don't care, you know. Like I was living there, and then.
And did you know English at the time?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could speak only. Oh, my name is Chiwon.
Right.
That.
They're like, "Why are you going there?" And you're just like,
Yeah,
You'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what was your mindset like during this time period? Like you're moving to a new country.
Yeah.
You're young. You don't speak the language.
Just wanted to
running
have
out of
some
money.
experiences, you know.
And did you feel like you were getting that?
Somewhat.
Right.
Yeah, because at first I had to make some money, right? So I was doing some job interviews, but then because of my English, no one would hire me.
Right.
Yeah, so I had to go to some manpower agency, get a job in some window factory. So I was just screwing, you know, like 8 hours and stuff like that. Yeah.
And how did you even learn about that? Were you like making friends in the area? Doing
Yeah, just like I learned or making friends in the factory. You know, there are some other country people, you know, there's some Canadian young person working there, and then, you know, older Chinese guys, or, you know, like some Filipino ladies, or, you know, things like that, right? And some dude from Australia working there, kind of stuff. So I just like met them and then learn English from them and just friends with them, kind of stuff.
And like kind of pulled from their experience.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I had to make some money, so after that I went to YMCA to get a job. Yeah. So I was a janitor there, doing that kind of stuff.
Was that better than the factory, or you're
No,
doing
I
it
was
at the
doing
same
both.
time?
Yeah, at the
Which
same
one did you
time.
like better?
Both of them, I didn't really have to speak, so it was okay.
Nice.
You know, YMCA, I got the free membership, so, you know, that was cool.
Yes, your perks of the job. You're like, this is what it's about. It's
I
about
didn't even
the
know
perks.
they had those in Canada.
Yeah, I can use the pool now.
Yeah. So that was good. And I got a first tattoo.
You got your first tattoo in Canada.
In Canada.
How
Well,
did
actually, I had a first tattoo on my wrist in Korea, but that was just like hand poke, really bad tattoo. I got that removed. And then I first real one in Canada.
So, quick question to go back to what you said. I know you said it's illegal to tattoo in South Korea, and it's still illegal, right?
Still illegal.
Right. Now, did you see it going on a lot? Still?
Back then, not much.
Yeah.
It was really bad image because, you know, all the, you know, gangs or, you know, like Yakuza people or, you know, those people only. And then you see tattoos only in the news.
Okay. But you would see them like in the news and on TV and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And then up until now, actually, on the TV, some athletes or, you know, celebrities, they come to the TV show and stuff. They got to hide it.
Oh, wow.
They got to hide their neck tattoos or visible
like if it's
tattoos.
like a South Korean station.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not the YouTube probably,
Right.
but then like main channels, TV channels, right? Yeah, so they got to hide it.
But you got a stick and poke while you lived there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
Is there consequences, like
Good question.
something like that getting found?
Back
or-
then, yes. Back then.
And what does that look like?
Jail time sometimes.
Yeah?
How long?
It depends.
Is that so you
Does
can
it depend on how big the tattoo is or something?
I don't know. Some of my friends, they're
That's 3 years.
You know?
yeah.
How do you try to
or-
prove your innocence? Like, Your Honor, it wasn't me. It's just
Right. They did it while I was asleep. And then they send you to jail so you can get more tattoos. They're like, oh, he likes tattoos.
Now
Give
you
him some
rebel.
more.
It's kind of funny because I know you're probably like, you've seen it, but there's a lot of really talented South Korean artists.
Now, yes.
Yeah.
Because like past 5 to 7 years, you know, there are more people who study about art, you know, graduating from art school. They just get into the tattoo industry, right? But like back then, it wasn't like that, right? Tattoo artists, it's just tattoo artists.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now everyone's got like a fine art
No,
background.
nothing like that.
Is
Only-
that why maybe we see more micro tattoos coming out of South Korea? Is because they need to be hidden?
I think that's a part of the reason.
Right.
And then people still they're afraid to get a bigger tattoo.
Right.
But they still want to get tattooed, right? So they go like smaller,
Yeah.
easily, hideable.
Have you seen like back pieces that end right where the clothes should start? Did anyone ever try to do that?
Well, they probably do. All these people were doing still back then, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't really like open. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right, so we'll fast forward again to. I was just curious about that
Yeah.
when we talked about it, and I forgot to ask.
Yeah.
So you're in Canada, and now you have some. You're working 2 jobs.
I was, yeah, yes and no.
Okay.
So yeah, long story.
You were
short,
hired
yeah.
twice, maybe working sometimes.
Okay, so like I said, my parents were government worker.
Yeah.
Right. I got my first tattoo. Yeah. So yeah, I was working 2 jobs
Yeah.
back then, right? And then I wanted to get more tattoo after my first tattoo,
Right.
but then once I get a tattoo, then I don't know. Probably I wouldn't have a job or anything. I couldn't do anything if I, go back to Korea. Back
Yeah.
then, right? So I'm like, okay, well,
Oh, it's like that. Like
Yeah.
no job.
no job.
Wow, scarlet letter.
visible tattoo, no job.
Yeah.
Right. Nowadays, probably better, but
Right.
like I'm talking about like 20 years.
Like
ago.
what if you went now?
Still no job with all these.
So you're telling me this is a perfect podcast, the unemployable podcast.
So we should have done your makeup. Okay, so you still had that fear in Canada, you're saying?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
But I still wanted to get more tattoos, right? So I was just thinking, oh, like what should I do? I want to get more tattoo. But I got half sleeve done. It was a committed for me. Okay, well, I want to get tattoo so bad. I'm not gonna wear a T-shirt. That was like big commitment,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna wear a T-shirt when I go back to Korea,
Yeah.
right? And then I'm like, after the half sleeve, I'm like, I really want to get more tattoos.
What, like here to here?
Yeah, here to here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm like, fuck, what should I do? What should I do? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to become a tattoo artist. If I become a tattoo
I'll
artist,
be the tattoo.
yeah,
Yeah.
then who cares, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I got full sleeve.
Okay, so you wait. Hold on. Wait,
quick
were
jump.
you a tattoo artist yet? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense to me. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Commit to the game.
Right?
All right.
Yeah.
So this was still at the factory.
No, that was after the factory. So I was in Winnipeg. I came to Calgary,
Yeah.
which, where I live right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when I left Winnipeg, there's a lot of jobs. Calgary was booming,
Nice.
so I went to Calgary to get some sort of job, whatever job.
Right.
And then I got full sleeve.
Whoa, what job did you get?
I was a cook in sushi restaurant.
And did you
Nice.
ask, like, hey, are you guys cool with tattoos?
No,
No.
yeah,
You were already going to be a tattoo artist.
I'm a tattoo artist
Decision was
already.
made. Yeah.
I was tattoo artist
Right.
in my mind.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Were you, like, doing them out of the house and shit?
No, I didn't know how to get into the industry or nothing like that. I would
But
just,
you were already a tattoo artist.
I was already
Yeah,
tattoo
okay.
artist.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. And just doing odd jobs and like practice drawings and stuff like that, and try to get a chance to be in the industry.
Yeah.
And then I met a guy online that time. He was a Korean guy living in Japan. And when I saw his work, it was a color realism portrait. I'm like, whoa, this can be a tattoo. I didn't know, actually.
Yeah.
Back then, I was like only thinking Erasmi, only like dragon, koi fish, and all
Right.
that kind of stuff. And then I didn't even know that was possible. So I just contacted him. Can I learn from you? And he goes like, oh yeah, come to Japan. I'll teach you some basic stuff.
Wow, he said that.
Yeah, so I
Did
flew.
he know that you were
No.
cook?
No.
What did you tell him?
He didn't ask.
Okay.
He asked
Don't
me
ask
to
on
You must have gave him a really good message.
send him,
What do you offer him? I don't care.
sent him some drawings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Like
then he goes like, okay, well, come on by, right? And he was
like a
telling
drawing
me-
of you handing him tons of money. Yeah, please.
This could be you.
That was like, I paid like, I don't know, $5,000, $4,000
Yeah.
or something like that. Back then, it was like, what, 16 years ago or something,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, there was a lot of money back then. I
Yeah.
was making like, what, $7 per hour, you know?
Right, dude. Especially
$6 per
like,
hour.
I don't know what your situation was at the time, but it sounds like you were just trying to make ends meet, like doing the best, not a
Yeah,
lot,
yeah.
still figuring it out.
Yeah.
Was that like your whole life savings at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was another whole life savings spent for tattoos later on too.
You
but
were
then-
at the bank. You looked at your full sleeve. You said, "I'm fucked." And then you took the money. There's only one way to go from
Yeah,
here.
that's exactly almost right. Yeah. Yeah, went there, learned about just a little thing. He was teaching me, oh, this is called Magnum.
You're like, "Ooh."
Yeah, this is called liner. You know,
Right.
you line this, make this, you know, kind of
And it was like needle bars and with the
just
machine.
needle bars. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that stuff. I was there for like 2 weeks
Yeah.
and then came back. And then just kind of started from there.
And you went back to Canada.
Canada, yeah.
So you paid him like $5,000 to just go talk with him for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Nice. And that was enough?
That definitely not enough, right? Yeah, how
But
would
it was
you
a
learn?
start.
That was a
It
start.
was a
You
start.
know, that's the point, right?
Yeah.
I started.
Yeah.
Started. I was like, fuck, I'm, handling tattoo machine, you know?
Damn.
And what was that like getting to Japan and being like, all right, I'm here.
Yeah,
This is where it
I was
starts.
just excited.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a proper shop either. It was just kind of some, apartment building, just like 2-3 artists who wanted to learn from him, staying on this kind of table and then just doing, like those styrofoam sheets that
Yeah.
we were tattooing. And then like tattoo on the leg and, my leg and stuff like that.
Did you stay in contact with the guy once you came home?
Little bit.
Okay.
Little bit.
Not much.
Yeah, but not much. Yeah. But then I had a contact with the guy who wanted to learn from him also. I stayed with him together.
Okay.
I contact with him still. In still contact.
So almost like another apprentice or someone learning.
Kind of.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And then you came back to Canada with all your skills.
Yeah.
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 What
All
you
my
learned.
skills, I'm a tattoo artist, So
I opened up a shop.
Yeah, I applied the shop, just like shitty shop.
Yeah.
And then, just, start from there.
We were like, I learned from this guy in Japan.
Yeah, yeah,
And they were
yeah.
like, whoa.
Well, yeah, I was going to say.
Had to do it. But then, before then, to stay in Canada, right? So I couldn't go back to Korea just because, my parents,
What do you mean your
their
parents?
parents working for government, and I couldn't pursue my dream, because, it's illegal. Like
Right.
government workers' sons doing illegal activities in Korea, it just doesn't look good for them.
Makes
and
sense.
they're a little higher up in government too,
So they had like well-respected jobs.
That's right, yeah. So I just couldn't do that. So I just tried to stay in Canada, but then it was tough because I had to get another visas all the time.
You had to, like,
or,
reapply.
Reapply.
Yeah.
And then at the end, I had to get a permanent residence, but then
Yeah.
I didn't get any qualification. I couldn't even apply for it.
Yeah.
So I just found the qualification, how I apply. That was I had to get a minimum 2 years of diploma education and then minimum 2 years of work experience related to that diploma. Then I get the qualification. And then I apply for PR card. And it takes another 2 years to get the PR card. But
So-
then up
4 years.
6 years altogether.
okay, yeah.
But then just qualification is qualification. I don't know if I'm going to get it or not.
Yeah.
They're going to decide within the 2 years, right? The last 2 years. So I did that just to do tattoos. So
Right.
yeah, that was the hard
So you went
time.
to school for 2 years?
Yeah.
For what? What did you go to school for?
To be a banker. So
Okay.
financials.
Wait, could you have chose to be an artist?
So no, because that's not my choice. There's a list of the government mentioned that you gotta go through all these, this education, or this job. So it has to match.
So you went with banker.
Banker was the easiest one and cheapest one for me.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And then
He's snapping.
I'm like trying to get his attention.
Just be like, hey, Danny.
What you guys are talking?
but then prior to that,
Thanks, dude.
I had an immigration fraud because someone was like, "Oh, to get the PR card, if you work in the this grocery store for a couple of years, actually 1 year, then you can get PR card." So I'm like,
Oh, wow.
I just fall for it, right? So
Yeah.
I just pay him, and then just
was
got
a
a job.
trick?
Yeah. And then after 1 year, they're like, "Oh yeah, law changes, so you gotta do like
That's
another
good.
year, right?"
That's a good one.
But like I was young and stupid, so I'm like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, well, another year, what's the difference? So I just worked that, and then after 2 years, I realized that was fucking,
Bullshit.
Yeah, totally bullshit.
Damn, bro.
So I wasted about 8 years to get the PR card.
And this was how many years after you got back? This was 8 years after you got back from Japan?
That started almost right away. Yeah. Actually, I started a school, and then after first semester, right, so 2 years of immigration fraud, and then I looked at it, qualification start, so I'm like, fuck, I gotta go to school. So I went into the school. After the semester, I just cannot wait another 6 years to do tattoos, so I had to start. So I just, found the guy after first semester, flew over to Japan. And I saved it back then for 2 years, maybe 20 grand. And then it had to go to my tuition fee. But then it wasn't enough because I spent already 5 grand to go to Japan, and then all that stuff. I had to buy some machines and stuff like that. And then it wasn't enough money. So full-time student, I did 3 part-time jobs, and then tattooing. Yeah, on top of it. Yeah. So I slept maybe like 1 to 3 hours a day.
For how long?
For about 4 years.
Yeah.
Micro naps.
Yeah. Even in the school, like assignments and stuff, I just finished in the break time because I had to go to work.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's rough, dude.
Yeah, that was rough.
Right.
Yeah.
And now the apprentices here, they want to get paid.
You want to get paid, yeah. My apprentice, well, that's true. Though, my apprentice, hired apprentice, and then she quit in 4 days.
Damn.
Why, you weren't paying her enough?
Probably.
Dude, I respect the come up, like in your story and like what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I think it's a more common story with people that have been in the industry for a while.
Yeah.
You said 16 years, right? Or longer?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't easy, especially in another coming from another country.
Yeah.
Where it's illegal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, cool. Like, not only do I have to like leave this country, but I have to learn a language.
Yeah.
I have to save money, working in a country that I don't even know how to get a job or a ride or a friend.
Yeah.
Okay, then I have to figure out immigration. I have to get visa.
Yeah.
And then, like, okay, I got to do all this bullshit qualifications and then maybe get into a shop.
Yeah.
I got to fly to fucking Japan for 2 weeks, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right? But as you're continuing with your story, it just shows me, like, I wanted this so bad.
Yeah. I was only looking at, tattoos. And then, I knew that's going to take about, 6 to 8 years of tunnel, like dark tunnel. and I still had to go into that tunnel.
And let's be honest, like back then, tattooing, you didn't make a lot of money.
Yeah, like
so you weren't chasing riches.
No, I didn't even know actually how much they were making, right?
Yeah, but it was cool.
Yeah.
And like you were passionate about it.
Yeah. So that was the only thing. But then the hardest thing was that I felt like there's no one by me because, you know, I was in foreign country by myself, right? And then my parents, of course, are against, like very against the tattoo. So I couldn't even tell or nothing like that. So, you know, I was just struggling financially and mentally
And you were alone.
for years and years. Yeah, just alone, right?
Right, you couldn't like
just felt
talk
alone.
to your mom and dad, and they'd be like, "Don't worry, sweetheart, it'll be okay."
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're like,
it's not
"No,
like
fuck you, that shit's illegal."
What did you tell your parents when you were leaving?
Other than tattoo, I told them, right? Other than tattoos,
But you did say like, "I'm gonna be a tattoo artist."
at very first, and they flipped.
I'm going to be an artist.
Yeah,
We'll leave
they
it at that.
flipped, you know. So, yeah, like since that point, I didn't talk about any tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And
but
I-
like when you left South Korea, what did you tell them the reason for leaving? Just to
very first time, that
Very
was just
first time.
like, yeah, just like I'm gonna have some experience learning English
Gotcha.
or something. You know?
They thought you were an idiot.
Yeah, that time that was like, you know, for what? Just you know,
We got everything here, man. With your little stick and poke on your wrist, nothing.
You're going to Canada? What the fuck is in Canada?
Play hockey. So, but did you tell them you were going to be a banker?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because that's what I went school for, right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah. And banker is considered as a good job. In
of
Korea.
Yeah, here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Anything with finances, is-
Right.
Cam was going to be an accountant.
Right.
He went to college for accounting.
Oh, really?
here I am.
There you go. Yeah. But I don't know, like, what's a good job? You know,
I don't
You gotta be happy. That's a good
yeah.
job, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Regardless of how much you're making.
Yeah,
And
I
in
think,
fact, the banker doesn't make a lot of money either.
correct.
Yeah. So, but then it's just like more social status,
Yeah, it's a normal job.
right?
I think in the U.S., maybe in Canada as well, but more so in the U.S., a good job means you make good money. It has nothing to do with happiness.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like in you know, like in the U.S., whatever, someone's like, "Oh yeah, my son or daughter has like a good job." I think it means it's reliable. They will be taken care of financially,
Yeah.
and it has social status.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And stability.
Nothing about happiness.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was about it too, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, so my parents knew everything, almost everything that I did, except the tattooing or getting tattooed.
Right.
So I hid my
Did they know
tattoo
about
for
the
like
sleeve?
10 years.
They didn't know about the
The
sleeve.
first time that I showed it, I was having half sleeve.
Yeah.
And then before I moved to Calgary from Winnipeg, I went to Korea
Oh, you
and then
did.
moved to Calgary, right? So that time I had only half sleeve. I showed to my parents. They
Oh no! Why?
they flipped. Yeah. They were like, what
My
are
son
you
did it again.
doing? You know, like, yeah.
Where's your fucking motorcycle?
What did we do wrong?
Right.
And since that point, I didn't show.
Yeah.
And I was, you know, getting tattooed full sleeve. And then once I became a tattoo artist after, you know, went to Japan,
Yeah.
I started tattooing my legs, you know, practice and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Of course, my tattoo just grew, right? But I don't know when. Like, I hid it for like about 10 years.
I don't blame you.
I didn't show or nothing. I didn't tell, nothing like that.
What was that like going back to Korea with that half sleeve? Like, did you have to hide it while you were there?
Yeah, I was hiding. Like, I had a full sleeve and back to Korea visit. And then still I was wearing, you know, long sleeve T-shirt just not to show my tattoo to my family.
Right.
Yeah.
But you won't get in trouble for having them, right?
No.
Just
no.
doing them, and
Doing
then you'll
them.
get social judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Nowadays too, you know, is weed is legal here or illegal?
It's different for every state, but it's
Okay.
pretty much decriminalized in America.
Yeah, a lot of states it's legal.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same in Canada. It legalized a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But then just right before that, and like everyone doing it, no one
Right.
cares about it.
Right.
But if someone report it, then cops gotta go, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So now tattooing is like that in Korea.
Okay.
So everybody has it, everybody does it.
Right.
No one cares about. Of course, like older generation, they're gonna they're gonna judge and stuff. But then it's like that. But if someone report it, then cops gotta go.
Right,
The
they have
shitty
to.
thing is, all these tattoo artists who are not doing good, they report the tattoo artists who are doing good.
Man.
You know, so that's the shitty thing. You know, so that's what they do.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Not as much anymore. I haven't seen it a lot, but in this area, when people would get mad, I guess in a few states, because I've other friends have said this too, they would call the health department on other shops. So it's not illegal to tattoo.
Yeah.
But you have to go through an inspection, which is
yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what fucking shop called the health department? You know, because they only come once a year. So if they're coming any other time besides that once a year, you know someone fucking called. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even more so in South Korea, you're saying that because they would go to jail, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
there was, yeah.
You'd be like, yo, I fucking got his ass, dog.
I heard that story like, 15
that's
years ago or
fucked
something
up,
like
bro.
that.
Yeah.
You know Robert Hernandez, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I heard a story. I wasn't there, but then there like some people in Korea, they try to do some convention in Korea.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
With it
so-
being illegal.
Being illegal,
Wow.
yeah. So they just rent a hall or something and then just try to do some convention. Robert Hernandez was there.
Good for him, dude.
Cops
In
showed
the
up.
catacombs.
Yeah.
And everybody had to just pack up and just run away type of deal.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened, but then
Oh, I
there's a
think
few
I heard this
artists.
story, actually.
Yeah, a few
Yeah.
artists, like foreign artists in there, but then one of them was Robert.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, don't do that to,
Yeah, yeah.
word respected artists,
Right.
like, fuck.
It's like when they call the cops during a house party.
Right. Wait. So I want to know, like, how the tattooing actually started.
Yeah.
So I know you said you were working 3 part-time jobs and then tattooing on top.
Yeah.
So that was like the intro?
That was
like you were in a
very
shop?
intro, yeah.
Apprentice or tattooing?
Tattooing, they called it apprentice, but then, it wasn't really like proper apprenticeship. Or,
Right. But
anything
you were
like that.
you were
I was
doing
tattooing
tattoo.
already, yeah.
Apprentice.
Walking comes in and
Right. Get an apprentice. Yeah.
mess it up and stuff. Yeah.
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 But it was probably awesome.
Yeah.
That was
You
awesome.
made it.
Yeah.
You're in
I'm
a shop.
Tattoo artist.
Ripping tats, dude. Yeah, all
But
that
then
shit in Japan paid off.
Yeah, exactly. I took it too seriously too. Well, I think it has to be serious. But,
How could you not with what you had to do to get there? Bro? You know what I mean?
But like some people come in walk-ins, right? I still remember like few tattoos that I screwed it, right? Like some lady came in, wants to get like son's name or something like that.
Right.
Of course, my line wasn't crisp,
Yeah, whatever.
right? But then over that, I couldn't sleep for like a week or two,
Yeah.
Like, shit, I thought I was tattoo artist. Like,
Who cares? You weren't
pull the
sleeping
line
anyway.
straight. What
That's
the fuck?
initiation, man. Everyone's got to go through that
So
shit.
you went from 1 hour to sleep to 0. Big fucking deal, bro. Who cares? You would feel like that, right?
Yeah. Definitely had some sleepless nights.
When I messed up my first tattoos,
Yeah.
that shit hurt, dude.
That's how you know you care, though.
What?
That's how you know you care.
Right.
That's how you know it's like for real.
Well, what was that like for you the first time you fucked up a tattoo?
Thought it was all over.
What?
Thought it was all over.
Which one
For
did you
you?
fuck up?
Yeah.
You thought I was gonna fire you?
Yeah.
For real?
No. I've seen some pretty bad stuff go down.
He's like, no, I was following Adrian, bro. I knew what
I was just trying to do upside down Roman numerals. You feel me?
Number 9.
Yeah. He lost sleep over that for a couple
Yeah,
of days.
good. He
No,
should,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, exactly. But it shows that you care. Like if you can just fuck up a tattoo and sleep like a baby that night, it's like you don't give a fuck,
Yeah.
Dude, I remember like so much of my youth, I would display something that I wasn't, or like I try to be cool, or like I was like trying on all these like hats, so to speak.
Yeah.
Trying to put on like confidence.
Yeah, whatever it was, bro. Like trying out personalities, learning. But with tattooing, like when I did that tattoo, that was me.
Yeah.
That was 100% me.
Yeah.
And when it was bad, I was bad. You couldn't escape that.
Yeah.
That was the truth.
Yeah.
And like you got that shit muddy with green soap and you fucking wipe it off to see the fucking truth. It's a mirror, my friend. You're looking right back at yourself and it's either good or it's fucking bad, bro.
I'm the
and
problem.
sometimes it's bad. Yeah, and that's like a hard like reality to face, like young in the industry.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I have some pictures actually. Like.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
bring him out.
Adrian has the same thing.
When
When Adrian realized he fucked up, they already left.
I love the walk he gives. He
Yeah, his
head
fucking
down,
shoulders.
He drops his arms. They don't. He just like
look at this. This is my maybe like first maybe 2 or
yeah, bring
third.
that over
Yeah.
here.
Like
Is that like a?
I'm gonna need a copy of that
peacock
picture.
feathers?
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
some
It's
people
not
say
connected
it's a
to
wheat.
anything.
Yeah, it's like a buckwheat.
They look like little whips.
Little whips. That's like half a nine tails.
Yeah. 3 tails.
The
fact that you the fact that you still have that photo is awesome.
Yeah.
I'll remind you.
Frame that.
Yeah, you should frame that shit.
Even like realistic.
Where it
roles.
started.
Damn, bro, you took a sleeve on, bro, with the swirls.
Yo, that style's in right now, man.
Bro.
I remember in Japan, I learned how to stencil with deodorant,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So there's a sticky deodorant and there's a powdery deodorant.
Right.
I didn't get instructed.
I thought anything goes.
You used the powder
You
one.
used the white one, didn't you?
So
How come when he does it, it comes out?
came back to Canada. I was looking for some of my guinea pig, my friends, right? And one classmate from the school, she wanted to get little butterfly tattoos.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, man, I can do that, no problem.
Right.
Wait, so you were the cool kid in school slinging tats? Yeah.
Right? So I bought all the gear, including the deodorant, but then I bought powdery deodorant.
Yeah.
I did not know. So I just put it, stencil on. Oh, it was on there, no problem. Pull the first line, wiped it, gone. So I'm like,
Bro, you start sweating. Dude. You start
yeah, so you
sweating.
know the feeling,
You're like,
right? Like,
Well, if she started sweating, it'd be
You're like,
cool
all right,
because
well,
she had
you-
deodorant on.
2 loaves of bread with a worm on the inside. I got this.
He takes the deodorant. He's like,
Damn, bro.
yeah, so yeah, some stories like that.
Did you do it again?
Well, like I had to make up the whole thing.
Second time's a charm.
I'm a freehand artist now.
Yeah.
So to
sweating.
backtrack a little bit, how did you find that first shop?
First shop?
Yeah.
So
In Canada.
In
yeah.
Canada,
So when I was in school, the first shop owner's wife that time was in the school too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Connections.
Yeah, some sort of connection, right?
Right.
So like she was like, "Oh, you want to work in my shop?" And like probably I can, talk to my husband.
Right.
I'm like,
You're like,
yeah,
I'll do anything.
right on.
And
Yeah,
you-
I'll do like I'll go like anywhere.
And you were like drawing at this time.
Yeah, I was practice drawing and stuff like that.
And what style did you want to do at this point? Like, what were you like? I want to do.
There's no style.
Yeah, you just wanted to tattoo.
I just wanted to tattoo. No
Well, I
style.
think at the
nothing.
time, like, tattoo was a style.
Yeah,
It was like flash.
Yeah,
It was like Japanese flash or like American traditional kind of flash.
Yeah,
Like that was a
tattoo-
style.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tattoo was like tattoo itself.
Yeah.
Right. So it wasn't like realism. It wasn't erasme. It wasn't like that at all. Right. Tattoo is tattoo.
It was like peacock feather or swirls.
Dragon.
You're a dragon.
Dragon or roses. You
You want swirls or dragon, dude? Like,
3 feathers or 4 feathers.
So you made the connection. You met this guy. You got into this shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there was a guy who was working in that shop. He was an experienced guy, but then I don't know, it wasn't the best shop per se. So there are like few artists, but then like fighting for walk-ins and stuff. experienced artist or, you know, like junior artist or, you know, apprentice, you know, there's no appointments, nothing like that. So just fight over walk-ins and stuff like that. So there was a little bit, you know, tough to get some more experience. But then that artist opened up the other shop, his own shop, and then he goes like, oh, you want to come with me? I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'll go, whatever better for me.
That's cool. Like he saw enough value in you to invite you to the shop.
Yeah. So I went there. I was working there for like 3 years, 2 years, 3 years. Yeah. And then, you know, they brought like so many artists, but then no one was busy.
Yeah.
You know, we're just like 7, 8 artists just sitting on the couch and just like talking, you know, do nothing kind of stuff.
Right.
And one person coming in to get tattooed, everybody just stand up and like, oh, you know.
Yeah.
I saw her first.
Yeah. So,
At this point, how was the quality of your work?
that time, a little bit better
Nice.
than that feathers.
Were you like, were you comfortable?
No.
No, not comfortable yet.
No.
Still nervous when
Still
people would come in.
nervous. Yeah. Yeah. A little bit more comfortable, not like shaking hands,
Right.
you know, at that point. But then, of course, tattoo experience was too short. So some other, you know, like the subject matters or style they wanted that if I haven't done it, then I would be so nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or some art school students coming in or art school like graduates coming in to get tattooed. Right. And I'm like, yeah, that's crazy, you know.
Right. Maybe they know more than I do.
Yeah, I was thinking like they would know way more than I do. So like how do I draw on them?
You just pretend like you don't know English.
Not at that point, yeah. But then I've done a few with the cops and stuff.
Yeah, with cops, yeah. My name. So then parents still did not know.
They know now.
No, I know. No, but back then.
Back then they didn't.
Did they think you were a banker?
Yeah, they
Still?
I was a banker when I was doing full
Listen,
time.
I don't care if you lied, bro.
Full time.
Yeah.
We won't snitch.
So I did after graduation. I got a job at the bank. So I did a full time banker, and then I did a full time tattoo.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was about.
That's kind of cool because, like, a lot of the stuff involved with the banker is the stuff that tattooers are bad at.
Correct.
Like taxes.
And finances, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
But you were full-time tattooing?
Full-time tattooing. I say, so bank finish about 3:30, then I go to tattoo shop by 4, and then work till like 10, you know? Yeah. Sometimes not working, but no tattooing, but then I was just still drawing and stuff.
Yeah, banker by day, tatter by night.
That's right,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, exactly.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
At what point did you realize, or did you think to yourself, fuck it, at this point, I'm getting face and head tattoos? Because there's no going back from that.
Head tattoo, okay.
Yeah.
So that's another story. So I got first a kid, right? And then I invited my parents to Canada.
Wait, like you had a child?
A child.
Okay, yeah.
Where'd you find it?
This will make my parents believe.
Said I got a kid.
They're like really
They're on sale, baby.
From where? All right, so you met a girl. So you're in a relationship at the time?
Yeah.
This is through this time period of like 5 years tattooing?
No, that was like even before I started tattooing.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so you didn't have to go through this whole process alone.
No.
Nice.
Yeah, she was there. But anyway, got a first a baby, right? And then I invited my parents.
Right.
And then I was like, "Oh, here's your first grandson, and
Right.
there's my full bodysuit." And they're like,
Which do you think they're more shocked
"Yeah, like
about?
happy."
Right.
But then they're not happy. But
They put the baby down.
You know?
Let's
Call
talk.
that the sandwich. We go, this is my girl. Ah, very nice. This is my bodysuit. Oh, no, sad. This is your granddad.
It's like when you try to sugarcoat something.
So
He had the baby just to show the bodysuit.
Right.
It's just to
that
soften
was
the
just
blow a
kinda
bit.
Plan, you know, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they came in and like, okay, here's the bodysuit. Then of course, At that point, they kind of knew that I had tattoos,
Right.
but then not that extent.
Right.
Right.
You for real had a bodysuit at the time?
Almost.
Wow.
Yeah. I kept getting tattoos and stuff.
Yeah.
And then even if they know it, knowing and seeing is totally different, right? I was hiding all the time and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they were staying about 4 weeks, about a month at my place. And then I booked my head tattoo already.
While they were in town?
No, like I booked before they came in, but then I was already planning for my head tattoo.
Yeah.
And the last day of my parents' visit, we had good dinner and stuff like that.
Things were okay.
Yeah. I thought things were okay now.
And I said, off.
I'm gonna get my head tattoo.
You told them.
I told them.
You should have lied.
That was like mistake. That was a big mistake.
Bad, bro.
Like, I was staying.
They were almost gone, man.
There was no dessert.
You had one more day just to not fucking say shit.
I thought everything was okay.
Like
Bro, even your
we're in a good
baby's
place
like,
right
what
now.
are you doing?
Dad, keep your mouth shut.
I'm gonna send y'all home with a surprise.
What did you think the reaction was going to be?
I thought they were just really okay, Like I didn't really think,
Yeah.
You can put a shirt on your body, dog, but you can't.
At that point, it was a big shock for them. But then I showed my tattoos, they just got used to it for a month.
Did you have your hands done already?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you already had
Yeah.
job stoppers.
So they were like,
Yeah. You're right.
commitment.
Yeah, the freedom stopper.
Did at any point when the dust settled, were they like, you know what, your tattoos are actually pretty cool or pretty nice, or said something positive that you're like, if you think that's nice?
So that's only like 4 years ago. That was only 4 years ago.
The dinner?
No. The dinner was like, before then. The parents were
Being positive?
saying, being positive was only for 4 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So head tattoo, I told them, and they're like, my mom's just like crying, you're
That's
not,
the worst.
I'm not gonna meet you anymore, do your thing, relationships over and all that kind of stuff. I'm like,
Bargaining.
oh shit, what did I do just right now? I just ruined the dinner.
You did.
Yeah. And I had to just cancel my appointment.
Oh, you did cancel it.
I had just postponed. I was getting my head tattoo in Japan.
Yeah.
So in Japan culture, like I explained that, and then he understood, the situation and stuff. But like he really knew that I was really committed getting tattooed because he did my back piece as well.
Cool.
So, I waited about 3 years, 4 years.
Right.
And then, things eased down, and then I went to get a head tattoo.
4 years, wow.
So you had gotten work done from this artist before? Your back piece, you said?
Yeah. Shige, do you know Shige? Yellow Blades.
Yeah.
So he did my back piece, and then I was talking about my head piece when I was getting back piece, and then booked in, and then ruined it. Waited another 3-4 years, and then got it.
So you were flying to Japan to get your back done.
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah.
Wow. And what was that process like?
That was a crazy experience too.
Yeah.
Over the years, I saved another 20 grand.
Nice.
As a banker. And
I was going to say banker,
Yeah, banker, 20 grand. I wanted to get back piece from Shige.
Yeah.
And then I called him, and he goes, "Oh, it's really complicated to book in, call again." Okay. I called another, month after I called again, and then he goes, it's complicated. Call again.
What does that mean? It's complicated.
I don't know. That's what he said. Usually he's like, oh, complicated. That's how he says it's complicated.
Yeah.
And then called again. I think I called 3-4 times. And then he goes, all right, have you called? I'm like, yeah, I called. This is 4th time, man.
Right.
And then he goes, all right, I think you're serious. I'll book you a consultation date.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm in Canada, right?
Right.
And he goes like,
Complicated.
yeah.
You know, I've been calling you for 4 years now.
You want to call again or what? And he goes like,
Bro, you know he's going like this.
It's the guy.
His boy's off to the side, like, tell him it's complicated.
Complicated.
and he picked the day for a consultation
To meet in person.
to meet in person.
This guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So went
So
there.
you did it, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like, I'm here for my
Yeah.
fucking
I wanted to get it.
You get there, he's like, it's complicated.
Did you call?
You're like, yeah, this is really fucking complicated.
Yeah, so as soon as I got there, I kind of knew, I noted, like realized why he wanted to meet in person. He actually drew actual size of the tattoo of the body, so he need to trace everything.
Did you have to put a deposit down?
Yeah, so after that, I'm like, okay, well, what's the deposit?
After the consultation.
After the
So he did the
consultation.
drawing before the deposit.
No.
Oh,
That was for just a tracing.
Okay.
Tracing my back,
Right.
right? Sizing it and stuff
Yeah.
on the paper. And then before I left, so how much is the deposit? And he goes, whatever you want.
How much you got?
Whatever I want.
Yeah. So at that point, he was like, okay, this guy is serious getting
Right.
tattooed.
He wasn't
probably.
worried.
Yeah. He wasn't worried. I don't know.
So how much did you leave?
I didn't leave.
You didn't. No money.
No money.
You said whatever I want. Zero. Yeah, it's complicated. All right.
But I didn't know what to expect
Yeah.
either. So right, and then I came back. I got an appointment 6 months later or something, and then first session, I brought 20 grand.
Right.
Just dropped it. That was a whole my money
That's
in
your
my
whole
bank
life.
account.
Yeah.
I left maybe about like $2,000 for a rent for the next month.
Yeah.
And then some groceries and stuff for the $2,000, and I withdrew everything and then dropped it.
This is a pattern of yours.
Yeah.
Whenever you go to Japan, the guys like give them all your money.
It's only 10 grand,
You're
but
funding
whatever.
their economy. He
gets to, like,
their economy has gotten better over the years. I always wondered why.
He gets to like 20 grand, he's like, I gotta spend this.
You gotta think about inflation, you know. You gotta spend now.
Right.
He just breaks a piggy bank. Finally done.
So how did he react?
It was just like he didn't react much. It was just
Okay.
like, okay, how much is it? Oh, 20 grand. He was like, okay, well, count it, double count it, triple count it, and then he just write a note. You know, he paid how much and so and so.
You put 20 down, but maybe there was still more to be paid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
cool, man. If someone
Yeah.
hit me with that
That's a
number, like
house.
even now, I'd be like, I don't know. Yeah, but that's cool, man.
Yeah, more than yeah, but like exact number I spend with the traveling and all that kind of stuff and
Yeah.
exchange rate and all that
Yeah.
stuff, right? I was getting only quarter. I mean, I was losing quarter of the money
Yeah.
for exchanging. Dollar was about 75 cents when I was getting tattooed
To yen?
to yen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I went there about
How many years ago
4
was this?
years. 4 years back and forth. That was about, I don't know, 8 years, 7 years ago, 9
Right.
years ago, something like that. No, actually before that, actually more than 10 years ago, because I was a banker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
So this became like a journey
Yeah.
of getting your back piece accomplished.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. That was tough. That was
bet.
tough. Yeah. Just like at first I was getting 2 days tattoo, 5 days break and 2 days tattoo. And then
So you
came
stayed there
back.
for 2 weeks?
About 10 days.
Okay.
Right. But then within that 5 days, I just couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
You know, I was in pain. I didn't want to go out. I
Right.
was by myself and nothing to do.
What city were you in?
Yokohama.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there was just like losing 5 days. So I was going, I did that for a few sessions. And then after that, I went there 2 session, 3 session, and then just back right away. And then after like couple months, 3 months after, I just went back and get tattooed like 2-3 days and then come back and stuff like that.
How long was one day of tattooing? How many hours?
It would have been like 6 to 8 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then come back next day, back to back.
Back to back.
Right.
Yeah.
It was rough?
Rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. He tattoos rough.
Yeah. But you're like there, so you have to do it, you know?
Yeah. But also, I think that was the way that I was learning how to tattoo.
True.
Because I was getting tattooed by the people who I respect or looking up to. And then it's not like lessons or apprenticeship, right? So I was afraid to ask the question. But then like I observe like everything that how they do. And then come back to the hotel, just write a note.
Right.
You know, and then just learn.
Yeah, it's still a learning experience.
Yeah. So that was okay, you know.
Yeah. How many sessions was it?
I think it was 180 hours or something.
Wow.
150 or 180.
Wow.
Yeah.
Makes more sense.
Yeah.
What an awesome experience, though.
Yeah.
And it's done. It's finished.
It's finished.
Cool.
Yeah. At that point, I planned for my full bodysuit. And then...
With him or someone else?
Like, just in general.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I was doing back piece. Jeff Gogue did my right sleeve. Nice. And then a few good artists. Randy Englehart did that. Nick Chabuya did this. Jeff Gogue did my sleeve. And James Tex in Canada, he did this one, long sleeve.
Yeah.
From the half sleeve. That was about like 17, 18 years ago.
Nice.
And then when I was getting back piece, I went back to James Tex to do my front piece.
Cool.
And that was the kind of at the end of my like bodysuit.
Right.
Yeah.
You already had your legs done?
Legs, like all my practice stuff. You know?
Yeah.
It's just kind of, My back piece goes down to my back and knees, so it was just like almost half done.
Cool.
Right?
What about your neck?
Neck, I didn't get it. I got my head after that, and then I got my back of neck, and then side and here. And then I feel like if I do my throat, it's just like closing down too much, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just like waiting on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Just like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I was like, okay, I'm going to go start getting tattoos by the artists I look up to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like kind of just started. And like, you know better than anyone, it's a process. You got to book, travel. Yeah, set everything up.
Yeah.
And that's in between our own schedules, right?
Yeah.
Bank, tattoo shop, saving money, whatever it is. Yeah.
Well, learned a lot, not only for tattoos, but then how they proceed their, like tattoos, how they look at tattoos, their beliefs in tattoos and stuff like that. Like I learned a lot of different aspects of tattoos.
Sure.
Yeah. So that was a cool experience.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Model Citizen used to be cool before Alex started wearing it. Are you tired of being unattractive to everyone around you? Well, not anymore. With the Model Citizen apparel, you'll be beating them off with a stick. Finally, tattoo clothing that is actual quality, that I can wear around and feel good. For real though, the quality of these clothes is top notch. This is like nothing you've ever seen before with a tattoo company. This isn't some Gildan bullshit. These are quality, hand-picked clothing. They have everything from vintage styles, oversized clothes, modern tees. Go to themodelcitizen.com. Get them before Alex does. So then we were at, you ruined dinner with your parents, right?
Last time I spoke to them.
So then, what? Your girl was like, "Nice fucking job."
Yeah, she was almost like that. Yeah.
Does she have tattoos?
No, she doesn't have tattoos.
Right. We know that now.
Yeah.
Our girls don't have tattoos either.
Yeah. And then back to the shop, right?
Yeah.
And you're working at this new shop.
Yeah.
That your fellow artist opened.
Yeah.
And then how long are you there?
About, I don't know, 3 years.
Yeah.
About 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years there.
So what, you're tattooing how long at this point? 7 years?
I think about 4, 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, for 5 years. Yeah. Yeah, and then, there was so much dramas in between like artists and management.
Right.
And then, of course, there are just too many artists, but not booked up.
Yeah.
If everyone was booked up, then no problem.
No problems. Yeah.
But no one was booked and too many artists. And then I was so stressed out from years ago. All that stress just like accumulated, right? Yeah. So like bank and all that like stuff that I did, and I was like, like going crazy almost. Yeah. So I wanted to have small room for myself just to tattoo. And then I got like 300 square feet room, like some,
like a little studio?
Yeah, little studio. I don't know how they call it. It was just like little room in the like really shitty, dead mall.
Yeah.
And then that's how it started. Like I didn't even think about business aspect or nothing like that. I just wanted to have a room to tattoo for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I did that, and then that just, like went by. And then I was more focused because, no one bothered me and stuff.
No distractions.
Yeah, no distraction, nothing. Just sit and tattoo. Yeah.
And how long was that going on for?
That was about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was that kind of the start of, hey, I'm going to open my own shop?
No, it wasn't thinking
anything like that.
Anything like
you just
that.
wanted peace and quiet.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was it hard to book?
No. The thing is, okay, so I moved, right, from the shop.
Yeah.
I was booking out maybe like 3 days, maybe.
Yeah.
4 days. And then I moved, and then all of a sudden I'm 2 months booked. So I'm like, what the fuck happened, right?
Yeah. You just moved to a new area?
No, it was like kind of the similar area.
Okay.
But the thing was, there are so many artists. So whoever comes in, they distribute like whoever artists.
Right.
Now everything's going to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even if I don't know exactly, but like what I assume is whoever, even if they mention about my name, because I tattoo their friends or whatever.
Yeah.
Owner would make the same money whoever tattoos,
right? Correct.
So I think it just like went to different artists,
whoever's
whoever's available, whoever is open, type of deal. Yeah. So that's what I thought, and then I moved. I just opened just a little room, and then all of a sudden 2 months booked. I'm like, how did that happen?
Right.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, I got good.
Yeah. So yeah,
so that was probably really comforting. You're like, okay, I can breathe a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely more stability.
Yeah. And then I was like so happy, like no one bothered, and I was more focused. Yeah, and then a few years later, my booking just like more and more. And at one point, after maybe like 4 or 5 years after, no, actually like 3 to 4 years after I opened the private, studio, I'd say. It was like 1.5 year, 2 years calendar booked for like 5 to 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to control my schedule.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do I do now? Like, I don't know. And at that point, I had my first baby, and then bought a first townhouse.
Nice.
And then everything just came all together, and then booked for like 1.5 year, 5 to 7 days.
Right.
No break, nothing.
Yeah, no sick days.
No sick days, nothing. Baby's, getting sick fairly easy, but then I couldn't take time off. And then I was burnt out from, like 10 years ago, just like run. And I'm at this point right now. Yeah. And, I must be happy because I'm booked now as a tattoo artist, but then I'm just like,
it's stressful.
Yeah, so stressful.
So when did you quit the bank?
After applying the permanent residence.
Yeah.
It takes about 2 years to get it or not. Yeah. But then after 1 year, I was so burnt out, stressed out, depressed. So I'm like, I just can't do it anymore. Yeah. I quit it and then just like live it up to luck.
Right.
Yeah. But luckily I got it.
That was probably a good day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, so
depression gone. As soon as I quit, gone,
Yeah, those fucking banks, bro. So you were only tattooing for that last year of waiting for approval on the citizenship, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then what was that day like when you found out you fucking got it, dude?
That's like, I don't know. I was really happy that I'm not working in the bank.
Well, all that work.
Yeah.
It was 6-8 years, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it finally like means something.
Yeah. Yeah. But then I was just like, I had a goal to tattoo, right? Right. So that was a day, you know, like, oh, I can only tattoo. And up until that point, I was working like 18 to 20 hours every day.
Yeah. And
tattooing full-time only, draw and tattoo everything I did. And it took me only like 15 hours, 14 hours.
Yeah,
easy,
you were chilling. You're on vacation.
I still can get like 7-8 hours sleep, no problem, you know. Like,
just imagine day one. What the fuck do I do now?
What am I gonna do with all this time, you know?
Right.
I guess I'll go see the baby.
I guess I'll go chill with my family.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, but after that, like the baby and house and shop and booking that long, and you know, I was just stressed out again, and then I had to learn how to control my bookings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you figure out?
So now how I do is that people who are coming, I just communicate by email only through the website, and then you know, if I like the project, then I put them on the wait list.
Right.
Yeah. If I don't like it or not interested, then I ask other junior artists if they're interested. If they're interested, just give it to them so that they can book up as well. And then as I'm finishing my projects, I open my books to the people who are on my wait list only.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And then, you know, get them in, close my book again, and then do the same thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
So is there ever a time where the books are open to the public?
No.
Yeah, no.
Not like...
You have to be on the wait list first.
Yeah, past, I think, 6-7 years. No, not to the public. Yeah.
And then how far will you book?
Depending on the time period, but then usually... Sometimes I have like 100 people, sometimes 70 people, sometimes like 200 people on the wait list. And then sometimes like 70% of the people who showed up for consultation. Yeah, so if they booked all, then it's going to be like anywhere between like 8 months to 1.5 years. But then, you know, I made a blank, like some months, you know, a couple weeks here, a week here, or something like that, so that I have some breathing wiggle room.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I give them only 2 appointments to start. And then if they show up on time and everything, you know, they're cool with all the process, then they get the 2 sessions, and then I give them the following sessions. So until all that project finishes, I don't get the new clients in.
And do you have an assistant or anything to help?
No.
Nice.
Yeah, by myself. So that's also the tough part of it. I just want to go through myself what I'm doing. Yeah, so, you know, I do it by myself, but I feel like I'm always working on the phone or emails and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah.
I still can't believe that your client canceled, especially after hearing all that shit.
But that, I think she didn't wait because I was traveling.
Right.
Oh, damn. So she got a sneak in, was able to get in front of the line.
Yeah.
And said, never mind.
Yeah.
So how long have you had on tattoo?
On tattoo? Yeah.
And tattoo?
Yeah.
How long have you had that shop?
That would have been like 10 years. That was like I named it on tattoo. I didn't know what. Because when I opened that little room, I had to get, you know, health inspectors coming in and all this like business aspect of it. I didn't know. But then I had to register the shop name on, you know, the paper.
Right.
So I had to make up some name, but I didn't know what to do. So I just put my last name, Tattoo Incorporation, and that was it.
Right.
Yeah. So since then, it was on Tattoo Inc. But
and how many times did you move from that original?
I was there for 5 years.
Yeah.
A small room, and then I moved to bigger space now, about 4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So
How was that? How was moving to the bigger space?
it's good. For the small space, I didn't have any space for storage or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once I get the bigger space, I have little office, separate washroom, little storage room, picture room, and then a tattoo station. Maybe about, I don't know, maybe about this size.
Yeah.
A little bit smaller. Yeah. Tattoo room is.
And when you went there, you were alone or you had other artists?
No, I had another artist from the small room. It was just like 2 people can fit in.
Okay.
So super like tight.
But like bunk beds?
Yeah. No. So when I go to actually conventions, convention booth were bigger than my show.
Space.
Yeah. So we're okay. Yeah, but then there's another artist with me, and we're just tattooing 2 of us.
Yeah.
Sometimes my friend came over to tattoo, then like 3 of us, like shoulder to shoulder, and just tattooing
Bumping
like that.
knees.
Yeah.
We're in this together.
Yeah, fun times actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah.
So you moved to this new shop. You have 1 artist with you. Did you take on more artists quickly?
No.
Slow.
I like the private aspect of it, so I didn't take it. But recently, about 3 or 4 months ago, I hired another artist.
Cool.
So now we're 3 of us.
Nice.
Yeah.
You like that dynamic? 3?
Yeah. And then my friends sometimes come in for guests.
Yeah.
So once in a while, so we are 4 or 5. But other than that, like residence is 3 people.
And now, if someone gets tattooed by you, what can they expect? What's a normal day look like? Like what time?
So I start at 9:30.
Okay.
I drop off my kids to the school and then go to the shop, and it becomes like 9:30, 9:40, somewhere on there. My client showed up, show them the design, sizing it, and then while I'm making stencil, they go for breakfast, and then they come back like 11:30, start tattooing, and it goes till whenever I finish, usually like, 6, 7, sometimes 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when are you designing the tattoos?
At nighttime.
Cool. You're a nighttime drawer.
Yeah, so like I go to the shop, tattoo, finish around 6, go to the gym, work out for like a couple hours, go home, take care of take care of the kids, and then when kids go to bed, then I have like a little office in the house.
Yeah.
Just design there, doing my emails and
Right.
stuff like that. Yeah.
What time do you usually go to bed?
Around midnight, 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then wake up around 7:30.
How old are the kids?
How are the kids?
How old are they?
Oh, 8 and 6.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, forever I was a nighttime drawer, and the last couple of years I became a morning drawer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That was a rough switch, dude. Yeah. Yeah, but now I just wake up early and I'm like, all right, cool. Here,
It's more clear though in the morning, though,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And then it's like right after I design, now it's time to go tattoo.
Yeah.
So it's like very familiar.
Yeah.
But it's really not that much different from the night before.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's good.
What about you, Cam?
Night before.
Night before?
Yeah.
Before?
Yeah.
So
I can't do the morning stuff. I'm not a morning person.
They don't see the design the day off then, you guys.
I show them when they come for their appointment.
I show them day of, So I'll draw and prepare the night before, and then I'll be ready in the morning.
Yeah.
You too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll like draw at night and then make the stencil in the morning. So like I'll prepare the design, get everything like organized, and then I'll do like the fine tune in the morning. So it kind of keeps me a little fresh,
Yeah.
Well, it was good in the beginning because they'd be like, oh, can I see the drawing before?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
I don't draw it until
And
the day.
then they would like ask the night before, can I see it? And I'm like, no. And they'd be like, why? And I'm like, because I haven't drawn it yet. You know?
What's their reaction?
They're like, wait, you're just going to draw my whole sleeve in the morning?
It's like,
I'm like,
yep.
yeah.
I do it every day.
You know, because they'd be like, I don't know, I feel like you should put more time into it. I'm like, no, that's just how I do it. You know?
Once you like break it down to them, it's like, listen, I just like to focus.
No,
on one
dude,
thing
even
at a
when I
time.
break it down to them,
they don't get
like,
it.
that doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah.
But it's, it's our way or whatever.
Yeah. Some people just like email me like 2 months ahead.
Right.
Oh, I haven't drawn yet.
Right.
I'm like, Who are you?
We have an appointment?
You have an appointment?
Yeah, dude. Bro, because it's a never-ending list.
Yeah.
It goes on and on.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I don't look at who I'm tattooing until right before I go to bed. You know? Because it'll give me stress.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. The stress.
Yeah. Maybe like a little before I go to bed, I start like conceptualizing the piece, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll do that in the morning. You know?
Wake up completely different. Yeah.
Do SANIDERM to heal it. Where's my banner, bro? SANIDERM. What's up, dude? Sorry for SANIDERM, the best aftercare in the world. And take it from me, I'm a pro team member. Use code unemployable to get 20% off your SANIDERM. I only use SANIDERM. It's the best product out there. There's all these other products that just copied SANIDERM. Get the real stuff. Tell him, Alex.
Use SANIDERM.
So when did you start becoming big?
What?
When did you start becoming like having lots of followers or, you know?
Oh, man. A couple years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Half now too.
Yeah, it was a weird process. Maybe at the time, like if when we opened this shop, I opened it with this artist Tyler Nolan.
Okay.
And he was on Ink Master and a couple shows.
Yeah.
So I think that was maybe around the time people started paying attention to the shop.
Yeah.
Because he kind of had a following, and like I never wanted to be on camera. I didn't want to do any of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was kind of the dynamic with Tyler for a while.
Yeah.
And it was nice for me. I got to be around really quality artists.
Yeah.
Because my artwork still had a long way to go compared to them.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like we were in the same rank.
Yeah.
So while he was like advertising the shop and doing that, I was just trying to like bring my artwork up.
Yeah.
And having him attracted so many good artists that it was so fun for me because I just got to work around all these people that I'd always followed. And then Tyler left, and it was just kind of me alone as an owner.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to figure out the marketing. And a lot of people had suggested, like I think Cam had suggested, Kyla, to start doing the social media. And I didn't really, all I knew how to do on social media was post pictures of my tattoos.
Yeah.
And I thought it was weird to post pictures of anything else.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
like
how
my
I feel
like my face, or like some people are posting their cars. I'm like, no, that's fucking weird,
Yeah.
bro. You're
Yeah.
just like flexing and you look like a douchebag, you know? And so, but it did start with like the comedy videos.
Yeah.
And I remember we were here at the shop, and I think it was, I can hear myself.
Yeah, your headphones are just really loud.
I'm trying to make sure I don't hear any blip or blap. There's also a bit of a delay, but that's fine.
Alex sucks.
It's okay.
And I remember I'm filming this like short video like for TikTok.
Yeah.
And as I'm filming it, all the artists in the room are laughing at me.
Yeah.
Like, you're a loser, you know? And I was like, ah. So we like made it. I thought it was kind of funny. The video essentially was like, oh, being an artist must be so great.
Yeah.
And then all the bad things about being an artist pop up.
Yeah.
You know, like no insurance, back problems, right?
Yeah.
So we sent it to a couple friends, and they're just like, oh, this is funny. One of these guys like convinced us to do a TikTok and social media and post it.
Yeah.
And we posted it, and the video did really well view wise.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they're like, oh, it's doing well.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, cool. Like, how many fucking appointments did it get us? You know? And they're like, no, it's not about that. I'm like, yeah, that's what it's about. You know? It's like, no, you got all these views or whatever. But we just like, we kind of kept doing it. It was fun, got a little bit more comfortable with it. And I've kind of explained this before, but then pretty soon into it, it started like blowing up.
Yeah.
In a bad way.
In a bad way.
In a bad way.
Okay.
So, like, all negative. Like, I remember we did this video about,
Tip.
you know, when the client wants it like 10% smaller.
Yeah.
And then you go in the back
Yeah.
and you don't change the size at all, right?
Yeah,
and then you come back or whatever.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, you're giving away our secrets, you know? Bro, it's all bad. So I'm like reaching out to like friends that like do this for a living.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, all attention is good attention.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, that's easy to say when you have a little bit of good attention. Like I have all bad, you know?
No one at the shop is talking to me.
Right. And thank God, like at the time, I don't think any of us, maybe even including Danny, like really understood the social platform.
Yeah.
So we just think it's funny. We're like, fuck them. Like let them hate us,
Yeah.
right?
We're villains.
Right. Yeah, who cares? Like this is not a real thing to me.
The whole shop was getting in the comments, starting beef and stuff.
I think this was even before this.
That was way before that.
Yeah. And then it just kind of like went on from there, and I quickly noticed a couple really key factors.
Yeah.
One was the whole shop was working together
Yeah.
to create this stuff.
Yeah.
And it was maybe the first time ever
Yeah.
that I saw everyone in the shop working together on one thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Secondly, it was bringing clients to all the artists in the shop.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was doing my responsibility as a shop owner.
Yeah.
I was like, that's good.
Yeah.
Lastly, it was making all of us laugh.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a fun place to be. And like now the jokes are happening all the time at work.
Yeah.
So I was still extremely uncomfortable being on camera and having that exposure.
Yeah.
But those three things outweighed all that.
Yeah.
So that was when we were like, okay, we're going to
That's cool.
continue and,
It's his
build
work.
a team throughout that. But
Yeah.
it's really just like, even before the videos, like that's how the shop is. Like we come here, we talk shit to each other, we pranks, jokes, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Because like we were talking about in the beginning, like that's what a good job is to me.
Yeah.
Somewhere I'm having
definitely.
fun, I wanna go to, and all that.
Yeah.
Are you tired of using ink bottles that are spelled correctly? Do you find yourself texting during ad reads for companies? Well, I do, and that's why I use Allegory Black. Are you tired of your black arms looking blue? Do you suck at tattooing and you want to get better? Use Allegory Black. Allegory has normal black and ultra black. Just when you thought it couldn't get any darker, they put out ultra black. Use Allegory ink. It's the best ink on the planet. Go to AllegoryInk.com and use discount code unemployable for 20% off. I know, it's crazy. It's so much money. You really should pay full price, but we have a discount code. Right, Alex?
That's right.
Thank you guys for joining us on today's episode of Unemployable. Chiwon, thank you. Chiwon.
I knew that shit was coming, boy.
Thank you for Chiwon. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Awesome podcast. It was a blast having you on. That's just me. Yeah, I fucked that up.
We're clapping for him, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. Awesome episode. I had a great time.
Thanks for having me.
Of course,
Thanks
man.
for having me.
And we'll catch you guys next week.